Since first opening its gates on April 22, 1926, when the Williamsport Grays hosted the Bucknell University baseball team, Historic Bowman Field has survived floods and World War II. It's seen multiple renovations and multiple major league affiliations and name changes.
Hi everybody and welcome to Cutters on Deck, presented by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Well, after 6 days off for the MLB Draft and All-Star Game, the MLB Draft League back in action with the Cutters hosting the Frederick Keys tonight and tomorrow night at Muncie Bank Ballpark.
This year marks a new chapter for the ballpark and the staff that makes it all happen. The Daily Item recently spent a day with the Williamsport Crosscutters to see what it takes to make it all possible for the fans. Major League Baseball made big changes to the minor league system this year, which eliminated the club's affiliation with the Philadelphia Phillies and created a new MLB Draft League.
They eliminated short season baseball, which of course the Crosscutters were part of in the New York Penn League. So the New York Penn League was literally wiped out.
Gabe Sinacropi is the longtime Vice President of Marketing and Public Relations for the Crosscutters.
So our players are amateurs, technically. They come from colleges and even a couple high school kids from all across the country. They are the top draft eligible players. You know, these are 6 virtual all-star teams, right? So previously, as being a minor league affiliate of a team, in our case the Phillies, we get all the Phillies prospects. Yeah. Whereas now we have top draft eligible prospects that could go to any team. In other words, we're kind of a farm club for all 30 clubs. So, you know, we had 8 players drafted this week in the draft, and 39 overall from the league.
The full-time staff of 6 work long hours during the season behind the scenes to bring the game to life for fans in the seats when the lights come on.
We're a small front office, so you wear a lot of hats. You know, so what's on your business card is not necessarily what you do.
Bill Guerin is the Crosscutters Director of Food and Beverage and is in charge of making sure all the dining areas are well stocked.
I had no formal food and beverage training, but I had a passion for doing events and that kind of thing, and I had some sales experience. So here we are 19 years later. And
right now my title is a front office intern. So I'm just going around. I'll help anyone who really needs help. Bill needs a lot of help this season, so I'm wiping down the concession stand, getting it ready. I make the popcorn for the game. During the game, I'm with Gabe doing either the promo stuff on the field or helping escort Boomer around or selling Lunchables.
My role, along with kind of overseeing the press box, making sure we're running what we need to be running, handling all that kind of stuff. I'm also in charge of all of our IT here at the stadium. So most of my game ends up running around dealing with issues with that, terminals going offline, stuff like that. Trying to keep an eye on what's going on with the game for any video highlights for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Hi, this is Sarah. Can I help you?
Sarah Budd is the Director of Ticket Operations and Community Relations for the Crosscutters.
Well, as far as tickets go, where would you prefer to sit tomorrow night? Yeah, we come in at 9. We're here until about an hour after the game ends, just tying, everything up, closing everything down.
Making sure the ballparks, we got to clean the seats in the stadium every day. That's not very glamorous, but you just know it has to get done, so you got to do it.
The 3-man groundskeeping crew, headed by Cam Richardson, has a variety of tasks to perform both on and off game days to get the field ready for the players.
I mean, on game days, a lot of work goes into it. There's a lot of long hours, but all the work to make the field as good as it can be goes in when the team's out of town. I mean, we're fertilizing, aerating, mowing, top dressing, everything we can do to make this field perform to the best of its ability.
Much of the full-time staff for the Crosscutters are a veteran crew who truly have a passion for what they do, including Rashawn West Bay, the Director of Smiles.
I love work here. I was started in 2003. I helped Mr. Bell to recycling cardboards, and I earned the tickets. Watching them, I'm a fan. Was hi guys. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. Enjoy the game tonight. All right, we will.
Rashawn is also now in charge of passing out promotional items, the game What's in the Box, and sometimes singing the 7th inning stretch.
I kept coming back to the front office, and Mr. Gay gave me a title. Director of sports. He gave me a title.
I was a season ticket holder here since I was 7 years old, so I grew up with this team. It was so much of my childhood. Then when I started working in radio, I ended up working 7 years for the flagship radio station, the Crosscutters. And that's when I got more involved on the back end of trying to present the product that's here in Williamsport, and now being able to more hands-on help promote what was Lloyd's part of my childhood and make sure we can bring that same experience to the newer generations.
You know, I grew up going to Geneva Cubs games and, you know, was highly involved in sports even at the radio station as well. And, you know, yeah, then all of a sudden, wow, I'm, you know, doing something for this team that I grew up coming to see as a kid. And, yeah, so that, obviously, that drew me. And it's been a long, you know, 35-year career in baseball now. So.
The partnership with Major League Baseball brought the MLB Classic to Williamsport in 2017, as well as some changes to the stadium and the field.
The year prior to the first Little League Major League Classic, we acquired grant money, and Major League Baseball had committed to redoing our field, so we blew all this up. Our bench seats were adapted for individual seating.
The relationship has led to the highest level of care the field has ever seen.
So I work with a company called Brightview, and we're contracted here by Major League Baseball. So we do a lot of international events for Major League Baseball, and the fields always have to be pristine and always 100% perfect, so I knew that was the standard here.
Well, we come in every day and we'll mow the grass, and then you know, we'll repair the mounds and stuff, mounds and plates from the night before, and you know, drag the infield and just do all sorts of repairs in the field.
Even with all the pre-planning the staff does, there are times things don't always go according to plan, says public address announcer Rob Thomas.
Batting second, the first baseman, number 29, Lance Lumsden. One night, it was probably 15 years ago, we had a full crowd, and it was a military night, and they had the flag out in center field, and, you know, all rolled out and everything for the national anthem, and the national anthem wouldn't work. So I ended up standing up. I mentioned it to the fans and said, we're going to sing the national anthem, and I started the national anthem, singing it, a cappella.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
None of this hard work would be necessary, though, if it wasn't for the game itself. On home game days, players and coaches usually arrive by 2 o'clock to start getting ready for a 7:05 first.
Right now we just came off of a 6-day break, so we're kind of getting back into the grind.
Manager Billy Horton started working in the minor leagues in 2012 before coming to the Crosscutters this year.
We usually get here between 1 and 2 as a coaching staff. We have a 2 o'clock staff meeting every day, and then we have our 2:30 we start hitting in the cage with some early hitting work. We got early defense. After that, we have some fundamentals for our team defense, and then we go into our batting practice.
Players like first baseman Lance Logsdon, who plays college for Quincy University, are staying at Penn College of Technology.
It's a 13-hour ride out here. Everybody's there and got a roommate. The main thing is, like, everybody has one common goal. Everybody's trying to get drafted, do their thing. Coaches are very professional and trying to help you with that, so I mean that's great.
The players don't have a lot of free time to go exploring their temporary hometown.
By the time we get done, it's usually 10:30-ish, so I mean, you're ready to go to bed, do it again.
The goal for coaches like pitching coach and former Major League Baseball player Jim Gott isn't just winning games, but rather developing players and teaching them what it takes to become a big league player.
Yeah, this has been really fun. I love this. I mean, we've gone from having the Trenton team playing at their Trenton minor league field to now the Blue Jays AAA team took that, and now we're playing over at Rider University, and our locker room is a classroom over in their athletic department, and it's great. You get the whole array of everything from being on a big league field and then to a college field and having everything in between. And it's a great opportunity for me to remind all of my guys that, working your way to the big leagues, you're going to be faced with so many different situations. The fields are going to be different, the climate's going to be different, the everything is going to be different. So you've got to be able to roll with the punches, let that not affect your performance, because when it comes down to it, your performance is what's going to be on the back of your baseball card, not that it was raining that day or the mound was all messed up or whatever it is. So just helping these guys realize that that's what the minor league is all about, help them be able to be put in every situation possible, so when they are in that big league setting, playoff game, 50,000 people screaming at you, and now you're in a first and third situation with a guy taking an early lead off of you, you're not going to be shocked and the game speeds up on you and you make a mental mistake. You've been put through all of these things and you're able to just take a breath and go and perform and compete.
While the Crosscutters season may only last a few short months, the work it takes to entertain fans is a year-round big league effort. From the groundskeeping to the advertising to the concessions, the Cutter staff puts in the legwork that the fans don't always see.
We try to hopefully create somewhat of a three-ring circus with a baseball game going on in the background. So